Well, we may have just screwed up the entire team. I hate to start off a video saying that, but let's face it, there's a possibility it could happen. Trading away our starting quarterback who made the playoffs for the first time in 18 years for nothing. I remember back in 2004, we traded away, I don't even think we traded him. We just released Drew Bledsoe in favor of J.P. Losman, which was a really stupid move. But you can argue that he was a first-round quarterback, and, well, that's really the only argument you could possibly make there, that you wanted to move forward because you had the first-round quarterback. But right now, all we have is Nathan Peterman, who was a 1-touchdown, 6-interception quarterback, and hasn't done anything to prove that he's a valuable starter in this league. He hasn't. I'm sorry. So you basically got rid of your Pro Bowl playoff participation quarterback for no reason, for nothing. Right now, as it stands, we don't have a free agent quarterback signing of one of the major six. There's 6 major quarterbacks on each side, and
reach you on your.
You obviously heard, right?
Yeah.
I said, though, and this is what bugs me, I said this and I still think this, like, you keep Tyrod until you find something better. So
you know that you have something better.
there was this dude that called up WGR about a month and a half ago, and he proposed, like, the Bills traded both of our first rounders and Tyrod to the Browns for their 4th overall pick. And I remember thinking, that's not a bad trade per se.
Yes.
But no, but the Bills put themselves right in that need category, you know? We weren't in a need category until half an hour ago. Now we're the same as the Jets, the Cardinals, the Vikings. I have my phone open. Just give me a second to turn off my phone. Okay, so let's talk about the 6 quarterbacks on both sides. There's basically, if we don't get one of these 12, then we're screwed. In free agency, we have, and I realize one of them is definitely not going to happen, but we have, in order of goodness, well, let's not even say that. Let's just say we have these 6 quarterbacks. Drew Brees, Kirk Cousins, A.J. McCarron, Sam Bradford, Case Keenum, Teddy Bridgewater. Those are your 6. Those are your only 6 options. And almost all of them have question marks. Drew Brees would be the only one that would satisfy me, quite frankly. Kirk Cousins, I am not sold on Kirk Cousins. I don't understand why everyone is. That really, and he most likely will get a big contract. I think he's a starter in this league, but he always had issues. There's a reason Washington didn't sign him to a long-term deal, and they brought in Alex Smith. Just saying. A.J. McCarron's unproven. Sam Bradford has knee issues. Teddy Bridgewater has knee issues. Case Keenum may have only worked in that one scheme. Very easily that could be the case for Case Keenum. So, there's that story. Basically, there's really no good option unless Kirk Cousins would really be the only realistic good option of the free agency quarterbacks. I heard Derek Anderson is possibly the rumor. I mean, what's happening? So let's talk about the 6 draft picks in no particular order. The top 6 right now are Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, and Mason Rudolph. I have 4 individual tiers. This is just my opinion right now. Almost no one agrees with me on this. Baker Mayfield in the first tier, and then you have like Mason Rudolph and Josh Rosen in the second tier. Then you would have like Lamar Jackson in the third tier, and then finally, for me again, Josh Allen and Sam Darnold in the 4th tier. Now, the funny thing about my 4th tier is that that's the top tier for almost every expert you talk to. So to clarify, why are they on my bottom tier? For Sam Darnold, it's UHC quarterbacks. Almost every few years, there's always talk about a great USC quarterback that does almost nothing in this league. The last example may have been Matt Barkley. I want to say it was Barkley. Okay, the last examples were Matt Barkley and Matt Leinart, and neither one of those dudes turned into anything. So that's something to think about there. every USC game I watched this season, Darnold just didn't look the part. And as for Allen, he has a big arm, but he has an accuracy issue. And even in the combine, he threw the ball 70 yards, but they were off target almost every time. And they said, oh, it's all about the throwing power. But the problem is he arcs the ball like a punter, so that you're basically waiting. You might as well do a fair catch for his deep throws. That'd be great. I mean, it reminds me of Cardell Jones. It reminds me of like, oh, he has a strong arm. I mean, who cares? Like, you have to have the tools with it. That's why I feel like Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback of the draft. He has he has the accuracy, he has the arm, he has everything. He's just a little bit shorter and he has an attitude problem. But like those two things easily wash away. I feel like he'll be anywhere from a Drew Brees to a Johnny Manziel. So, and truthfully, I don't even think Johnny Manziel was given enough time. And then I don't know, Lamar Jackson. Again, there's a risk factor there, and then finally, Mason Rudolph I think is really good too. It's just I'm a little less weary at him because most other experts have him as like the 6th best quarterback. And then Josh Rosen, he definitely looks like an NFL quarterback for real. He just hasn't shown me enough to put him at number 1. But either way, Baker Mayfield and Josh Rosen are two players that don't really excite me, and none of the free agents do. So the question is, when you have 12 quarterbacks, I would say those 11 quarterbacks, with the exception of Drew Brees, not bringing you that excitement. And this is for me. But when you have 11 quarterbacks that don't give you that excitement, why would you get rid of Tyrod? There's no reason to. And like I said in a previous video, why would you get rid of him without any guarantee about what you're about to do? We don't have another quarterback lined up of those 12 that I mentioned. We don't have any guarantee at all. Even if you bring in a crappy veteran in the meantime, that's nothing. That's still not as good as Tyrod. So what the hell are we doing? We're just making stupid decisions. And it bothers me so much that we finally did something that we've been waiting for 18 years, and then we possibly screwed it up. This could be the video, guys, where, this is the time where, remember that time that we made the playoffs, and then we got rid of our starting quarterback? This could be that moment that totally ruins the Bills for a long time. However, that being said, and I truly believe that's possible, but that being said, I've been wrong about a lot this season. I didn't think the Bills were going to make the playoffs at all. I thought it was going to be like a joke season. And so many things that happened with the trade of Sammy and like Boldin being scared off. Like all that stuff made me really question the integrity of the front office and the coaching. But they found a way to make it work. And what do I know? So my point of view right now when Tyrod's gone, I'm not surprised about Tyrod being traded or leaving. It's not a surprise. It's just a disappointment. But my hope is that the Bills are going to be okay. Like, obviously I think we were 32 in like receiving like yards and stuff. So the Bills obviously needed to get better in the receiving category. So my hope is that once again the Bills might be doing something really stupid, but they'll find a way to make it work. Like they will get the right quarterback, and everything will be okay. Do I think that's a definite? Absolutely not. I already said that. But I do believe that there is a chance that we could be in a better situation than we were with Tyrod. And I truly believe that. If they draft right and if they do free agency right, and time will tell if they do those two things. It's just a waiting game. We're going to have to see. I don't like opening the 2018 season with a rookie quarterback. I mean, we all know Peterman needs a backup. Kidding. But we'll see what happens. I'll tell you who I'm happy for. I'm happy for Cleveland. I feel that Cleveland finally has like a quarterback that can come in and bring some respectability and some winnability to that club if Tyrod stays healthy. I feel bad for Tyrod that he has to go to Cleveland, quite frankly. But I'm going to miss Tyrod. I really liked seeing him play, and I am going to miss the hell out of him. And as you can see, I have his jersey. So until another quarterback wows me or another receiver or player really wows me, one that's going to be on the team for a while, I'm sticking with this jersey. So, so thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in to this video. Let me know what you think about the trade of Tyrod Taylor to the Cleveland Browns. And I'll get back to you. And take care, everyone.